So what was it about the original novel written in the 1920s that you thought would lend itself so well to a contemporary, topical retelling of the story?
The novel of Alfred Döblin, it is both. It's a masterpiece, but it's also a complete monster. You know, it's a masterpiece for a reader if you enjoy high literature, if you love German language, poetry. Also, it was a book which was extremely bold when it came out. It worked with stream of consciousness techniques, with a new technique of montage. That it landed from film, and it's a monster if you want to adapt it, because you have to bring everything in order. You have to redefine the structure of the book, and you have to find the core of Döblin's message, I guess. And what was so intriguing for me was what I think is his message of dignity, of human dignity, that we dare to demand a decent life. The main character of the novel, Franz Bierkopf, demands a lot. He demands more than just a bed and a piece of buttered bread. He demands destiny, and that's why he fails. And it's basically the same what we translated into our film. There is a guy who finds his way to Europe, who finds his way to Berlin, and he demands more than just to survive. He wants a decent life, and he demands destiny. And that's why he also has to fail, because only in the end of the film he realizes that this desire for destiny, for something big, for being strong or being powerful, is not what will make him happy. It's love.
You talked about the epic scale of the novel, and I mean, adapting that into a screenplay. The film is 3 hours long, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like 3 hours.
Oh, so thank you so much.
Obviously, a very
Did
good
it
thing.
feel like 5 hours?
No, I would have been happy for it to be a 10-hour miniseries.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Was it a struggle to actually cut it down to a manageable running time?
The first edit was 5 hours, and it's like I came out of the shoot, and I took a month off. I gave the material to my film editor, Filippo, who was brilliant. And I realized in this month I was under extreme stress. My whole body was like cramped. I had headache. I had back pain, because I didn't know what would come out. And then he sent me this 5-hour piece, and I watched it without a pause, like, you know, taking my laptop everywhere, going to the toilet, cooking. No, not cooking. And I thought, like, wow, it's a movie, but it is too long. And so we cut it down to 4:45, and then we cut it down to 4:30, and then I was actually quite happy. But then I realized that it makes me happy, but it's just not watchable, because it's very demanding, and it's not structured enough. It's not modeled, you know. So then, piece by piece and month after month, we took out stuff. We compressed a lot, and funny enough, by compressing and making the story more dense, we came closer to the techniques of Alfred Döblin. Like the way how we tell a story is not linear. The way how we tell the story is often there are collages, and there are montages that go into each other, which is actually quite close to the book. And we ended up with 3 hours, and I'm happy with it. I could watch it for 4.5 hours, but I wouldn't put it on you to do it.
Sorry.
No, that's quite right. I'm interested in the power of language in the movie. It seems as though Francis basically finds his power once he starts learning German. I mean, is that just my interpretation?
No, I love that question. I really love that question. It's very important for me. I'm a sucker for language. It's my job. I'm a script writer, but it's also my parents fled from Afghanistan, and they told me, you know, our country is destroyed, our people are scattered. We don't have much, but we have language. We have the power of our poetry. We have the power of the stories that we tell. In the beginning of the film and also in the beginning of the novel, Franz Bieberkopf is impotent. He's not able to perform sex, and for me, that has a lot to do also with in the beginning of the film, Francis doesn't have language. He is powerless in the meaning of the word impotent. He doesn't have a way to express himself. And this feeling of being lost in a strange world, of being an alien in a different country, this feeling of helplessness and being lost has so much to do with language. And step by step within the movie, he gets better and better in talking in German, and thereby getting more and more master of his own fate. So language equals power for sure.